Hey again, it's Phil. Today I'm going to show you a few more things about the Gamepad UMG plugin. It allows you to play the whole entire game, manipulate your inventory, and all that from the comfort of a joystick. So here's what I've got. You can download this again from the Unreal Engine website. Okay, so here's what we have. I have a menu, and I can use, I'm not sure if you see the mouse pointer moving, but it does move, or you can use the mouse, but the keyboard does not work. Inventory, I don't have anything in inventory right now. Hold on. Let me go to the bigger screen. My book. Good book. Now, when you go to inventory, you can move your mouse, drag and drop items, use an item, and if you need to use it, drop it. And it drops it. I'm still working on that. I want to put it on the facing forward vector. But okay, so this is how I did that all. This is going to be more like an explanation and not a tutorial. So I'm going to go through the very first thing, which is the main menu HUD. Event begin play. I take my robot character, put it into a variable, and from the robot I get this widget. The widgets are inside the robot, so I can access them from everywhere. I hide the body slots, hide the return box, hide the backpack, hide the main menu, hide the options box, hide the main background, hide the inventory box, I hide the health widget. I basically hide everything. Then I disable the, yeah, you have to do this. This is a new one that comes with the plugin. You have to disable the virtual cursor, show the mouse cursor with that unclicked, which is actually not showing the mouse cursor, I believe. And then set ignore look input. Set it up just like that. That's all we need with that one. Oh, that was here's the main widget with all those that we just hid. And here are the various ones you can see, options box and so forth. You can set them up any way you want, and you know they're just boxes that you've turned into variables so that you can hide them. That's what I use them for. There's a zillion ways to do it. This is just how I do it. Here's what it looks like. This is the event construct. Again, I just store the robot. I think I do that all the time, just to have it. The main menu, which would be it has a return button, just a button. The button itself, if you open this up, button itself has, you can put in there the hovered, the pressed, the normal, and basically go down and on clicked. This is really all there is. Main menu, on clicked. Then you just change the visibility of the various things that you want to change. This is how you properly set up. Again, you have various enabling and disabling. That's returning to the level from the main menu. This is clicking on inventory. It's basically the same. It's just making ones visible and hiding the other ones. The options does the same thing. It sets the menu box invisible and makes the options box visible. Quick game, just a simple quick game command. All with a simple click with the joystick or the mouse. Here's the options. You have, again, just changing the visibility of those. And then you have screen size. These are just execute console command. It's an r.setRes and then the actual resolution and the three various. And let me show you real quick. That one, now, I'm sure there's an option to stop these from opening up every time. I haven't figured it out yet. The options box. Oh, okay, I must be doing it wrong. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, folks. There. That's weird. Okay, that's just a click. That's all that is. And that was the back. If you clicked on back, it's just going through the various, and this goes back to the game, unpausing the game. I like having the game completely paused, but you can do various things, whatever you want to do. This is the third back. This is back from the inventory. And then it gets a little more busy through here. This is on click use. This would be inside of the health widget. This is on click drop. And there's a little back in there, and this one goes back. This is the inventory slots. Pretty small, huh? There's a little bit more to it. Let me go through that. Okay. Inside of the robot, let's see where I have that. When you press inventory from your normal walking state in the game, I just want a sounding little delay there, and then I start this changing the visibilities again of those boxes that I pull out of the widgets, which I have stored in. This is the robot, so when you're looking at the robot, I've got all those stored here, over here. So I do these various changes, and then here, set game paused, enable virtual cursor, show mouse cursor, and then with that checked. Don't forget to, when you're looking at these, to make sure that the checks are right. So basically that's all for this UMG plugin inside of the robot blueprint. The actual menu itself, when it comes, the inventory itself comes up in the designer. Turn off these. I haven't finished the body slots, but the backpack, it's done. Huh. What this is it's very simple. It is a vertical box containing everything. And then I put 5 horizontal boxes. And inside the horizontal box, I placed 6 buttons. And parented on each button, I have one of 30 separate images that I created. It was basically a duplicate, so I didn't really create them. And in this is just a plain widget blueprint with the, take a look at this. You see this has a canvas panel. Well, this widget does not. I deleted it. And then I just added an image. And then I took that image and I set button 1 image to a function, or I mean I bound it to a function. So we'll take a look at set button. Bound it to a function. It takes the robot, pulls out. This here is an image array. This button is just the button that was pressed. So if it was like image 20, button 20, this button would be a 20. It gets it, the 20th index of this array, because that's what was in the button. And it returns. That's all this does. That's all that does. And that button becomes whatever is inside 20. But not only that, inside here, you have to go to the overrides and add several overrides. On drag detected, on drop, on mouse button, down, and on mouse button up. On drag detected, the first one is on mouse down, I believe. Let me go in order. On mouse button. Clicked. Yeah, clicked. The first thing is, this is an override, by the way. It's called an override, and you just click on it, and it disappears from the list if you already have one. And I already have one. It's right here. Detect drag if pressed, and then return. That's it. That's all there is. Once it's been detected, it goes to here. Drag detected. Creates a widget that uses this which is the same thing. I'll go over that in a minute. It's just a different one. It's a separate one. It's just used for the small fragile moment. Then you take create drag drop operation. Some of this is sort of self-explanatory. I don't know what level you're at, but it's just your basic getting moving around the information. And then at the end, I remove it from the inventory and return. And then that was on drag detected. On drop, this is what I do when I'm dropping. As you see, the button is basically, I have 30 of these widget files, and each one, that button is a different number from 1 to 30. So it made it easy to copy and then just change that number, and the whole blueprint is for a different button. So, and basically, once you've set that up, we've already looked at this one. We've already looked at that one. And then on mouse button up, so once you've made those, and substitute the robot for your character, of course, and if you had named any of the variables differently inside of robot, some of these, like set inventory button, you have to use what they, what you put it at, basically. So now the event graph. This is if drag is canceled, and you can see over here what ones are overrides, which ones are functions, and so forth. At the start, I do basically the same thing. So, and that is this image. This one here, but basically it's not using that, or is it? Yes, it is. Robot drag mouse image. Okay, yeah, that is how you yeah, that's from here. That this image is bound. Okay, bound. And that's the binding. Yes. Okay, so that is the active drag. Now this is just a widget blueprint, of course, set up the same way with the canvas panel deleted, just an image thrown in here, and I gave it some color just to, give it color. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even show up because the image actually shows up. So, and then this is the slots part. And this is let me show you something in a robot so you know. I might have forgot. here. These variables from here down. Inventory box is an array of integers. Inventory button, inventory image is an array of 2D textures. Mouse drag from is just an integer. Mouse drag object is an integer. This is just a 2D texture. And inventory pressed is a Boolean. So you'll need something along those lines if you follow along with these blueprints, because inventory pressed here is checking for, through the tick, it's checking to see if someone had pressed inventory, because button, it has changed its function with the plugin a little bit, so this here works just as good. I have to figure out how to get the sounds going. What else do we have? Yeah, then let me show you on use. I just adjust some health spawn stuff. That, you know, basically you can do whatever you want with that. Drop. I'm still working on the drop. I want to drop it in the forward vector, and I kind of just threw that together real quick. So, and that goes back, and basically that. I think I've shown you all of it. So, and I hope you, if it helped you. If not, because I'm not really a teacher, I can show you what I've done, but that's basically about it. If you have any questions, just send me a message, and I will try to answer it as promptly as possible.